Hello, we are already on week 5 of e-commerce, and we are going to be dealing with chapter 7 today. For chapter 7, I want us to focus on dividing into two parts. The first part of it is going to be dealing with marketing communications. And when we deal with marketing communications, we're really looking at how are the businesses communicating their marketing things to us online. And so it's more like the online marketing communications. Things like they're going to again talk about email, they're going to talk about banner ads, and some of those things like that. And during this part of it, one of your assignments does include to you or have you answer about 7 questions dealing in that first section, and those are the areas I really want you to focus on. Those are the important things to get out of this section and what you need to do there. The second part of this chapter, what I want us to look at is actually section 2 of the book, that is costs and benefits of online marketing. Now when we talk about costs and benefits, we are looking at all the different terms and metrics they use to measure the effectiveness of the ad. We can think about if you put a commercial on TV and 100 million people see it, how many may buy something from that? And we're going to look at that more closely, whether it's email advertising, whether it's a banner ad, and those kind of issues, what the percentages are of people who actually will buy something after they see the ad. 2 things you need to focus on there is if you look at table 7.4 on page 460, that is going to simplify the metrics and the things we talk about. It's going to be cost per click, click by click adding, paying for things different ways, and those are basically breaks down all those terms that you need to know. So you really want to focus on that graph, so when they are talked about later on in the chapters and the book, you will understand what it means. Also, table 7.8 deals with the difference between traditional advertising and online advertising, and that is found on page 468, and that's another area that you really want to make sure you understand and focus on for that part of the book. And the main challenge of this chapter is for you to understand all the new types of marketing communications that are out there because of the web. There's some advantages and disadvantages to each one, but no matter what, they have each one of them a business is going to find as being positive or negative, depending on how it works for them. Okay, online communications, when we deal with that, that talks about the precision of getting back to people right away, knowing who is watching it, knowing how many clicks you have, and actually being able to really analyze it a little bit more. And they're going to find out that an effective communications plan involves both the offline and the online communication component. So you need to have both to be able to really be effective in your marketing communications. Some other important things that you need to know from the chapter. First of all, table 7.1 shows you some of the latest trends in areas of online marketing or online marketing communication. And it's going to talk about affiliate relationships, social advertising on blogs, email advertising, which you talked about, search engine inclusions, sponsorships, all kinds of different things like that are going to be included in on that that section in that area. And that again all deals with your assignment that's called online marketing communications. The second part, we talk about cost. Again, I have already identified some of the important things. Table 7.4, table 7.8, also figure 7.7 is a good one for you to look at. And you may find that 100,000 impressions or people who look at something may only level 25 to 50 people purchasing it. So it talks a little bit more in great detail about that situation too. And then we do talk a little bit about the effectiveness of having a good web site name, domain name, that's it, lost my train of thought totally there, what I wanted to say, but having a good domain name and how that helps with marketing and helps with the communication, and sometimes how hard that can be. They're saying right now, if you have an idea of owning a business that you might want to start in 10-15 years, you might want to get that domain name registered right now, otherwise it'll probably be taken by then. There are a lot of people that are donating their paying to have their domain name of their children saved so that no one can use that or use anything like that later on in life if their kids want to have a website or who knows what. But there's a lot of fun, kind of interesting stats out there about domain names. We just touch on a few of them, but talk about how that can be effective marketing tool also for you. This week we have just 3 assignments. There is no quiz over chapter 6. There will be over chapter 7 though next week as we deal with chapter 8 then. But as of right now, there's 3 assignments. One is called Online Marketing Communications, which again, I've already referenced that a couple times. It's just going to have you answer a few questions over the beginning part of the chapter. Investigating Marketing Communications is actually a assignment that's going to have you do a little bit of searching on the web yourself and then start seeing if some of the ads that pop up deal with what you were looking for earlier and things like that. I think you might have a little fun with that. You know, I don't pay attention a lot to the ads on my Facebook side, on the right side of my Facebook page, but as I start looking at that, I start noticing that a lot of them are deal with running or certain sports teams or things like that that I've said I've liked or that relate to groups that I'd like to or what my friends might like to or something I've posted. So we're going to kind of look at that and see if you can see that relationship too. And then our third one is going to be a little longer of an assignment. It's one where I'm actually going to have you do a little writing and use the MTI writing rubric that we use a lot in our face-to-face classes to kind of let you know your writing style, make sure things are spelled right, punctuation, those kind of things in that area. What I'm going to have you look at that is it gives you a proposed advertising campaign, and you need to look at it to see if you think it's going to be feasible. So you're going to use a couple charts there, and they're going to give you, like, you know, if there are 100,000 people view it, 50% are going to click on it, 25% of those will buy them. So you just kind of have to break down some of those percentages and figure out those numbers and then see if it would be effective or not, and then explain. So one thing I want you to remind you is don't freak out about that one. I want you to look at it as the basics parts of it, and it's more of you just kind of getting the idea if you're out there and even a small business in South Dakota wanting to use some type of ad campaigning online, would it pay off for you? Again, as always, let's have a great week. Hopefully we'll get to enjoy a little sunshine this week since it is officially summer. So have a good day.